Alright, today everyone, I will be discussing to you the day 3 of our report about the history. So the day 3, our topic is about the Philippine presidents. So we all know that we have 17 presidents, including the current president that we have right now. The first president is we have Emilio Aguinaldo. Second is Manuel L. Quezon. The third is Jose P. Laurel, Sergio Osmeña, Manuel Rojas, Elpidio Quirino, Ramon Magsaysay, Carlos P. Garcia, Diosdado Macapagal, Ferdinand Marcos, Ferdinand Marcos Sr., Corazon C. Aquino, Fidel Ramos, uh, Joseph Estrada, Gloria M. Arroyo, Benigno Aquino III, Roa Rodrigo Duterte, and the current president is Bongbong Marcos Jr. Now, ito ang isa-isahon para na so that we can understand o mabalaan nato kung unsa ang ilahang mga napatupad na batas o unsa ang ilahang mga na-contribute in the Philippines. So in the first slide here, we have Emilio Aguinaldo. Emilio Aguinaldo became a president on 1899 to 1901. So Emilio Aguinaldo started as a member of the Magdalo chapter of Katipunan. Remember that. Then was elected president at the revolutionary government at the Tejeros Convention and later Biak na Bato Republic. So Emilio is considered as the youngest president at the age of 28. So take note nga si Emilio Aguinaldo kay mao siya ang pinaka-youngest na president kay na president siya when at the early age 28 pa lang siya president na siya. Okay. Pinaka-highlight diri kay si Emilio Aguinaldo started as a member of the Magdalo chapter of Katipunan. Okay. Now, let us now proceed to Manuel L. Quezon. So Manuel L. Quezon, the duration of his pamamalakad is on 1935 to 1944. So si Manuel L. Quezon is the first Filipino president of the Commonwealth under American rule. He is also known as a father of the national language. Again, Manuel L. Quezon is also known as the father of the national language class. Initiated women's suffrage in the Philippines. So siya ang initiate sa women's suffrage sa Pilipinas. The first Senate President elected as the President of the Philippines. So ang Senate ang nag-elect sa iya. So siya ang pinaka-first nga gi-elect as a President, as assassinate, then died in New York. Namatay siya sa New York. Yang sakit kay tuberculosis. Yes, tuberculosis. Okay. Now let us proceed to another one. The third president of the Philippines is Jose P. Laurel. The duration of his paninirbisyo o pamumuno sa ating bansa ay noong 1943 to 1945. Again, si Jose P. Laurel namuno siya on duration kay 1943 to 1945. So, sa ato pa 2 years lang Yes. Then, si Jose P. Laurel is the president of the Second Republic and known as the Puppet President. So, kani si uh, Jose P. Laurel, ginganlan siya og Puppet President, established Lyceum of the Philippines, government caretaker during World War II. Okay, another one is we have here the Sergio Osmeña Sr. Sergio Osmeña Sr. 1944 to 1946. 1944, 45, 46. So, 2 years lang gihapon siya namuno sa Pilipinas as president. So, second Philippine president during the Commonwealth. Uh, First Filipino national leader under the American regime who became as the Speaker of the Philippine Assembly. Vice President during Quezon regime. So again, si Sergio Osmeña is the second Philippine president during the Commonwealth and first Filipino national leader. So siya ang pinaka first Filipino nga nahimo of sa isa siya sa national leader. Now, for the fifth president, familiar na to ni siya kay makita na to ni siya sa 100 pesos nga papel or 100 pesos nga kwarta. He is Manuel Rojas. Okay, Manuel Rojas, namuno siya from 1946 to 1948. Si Manuel Rojas is the first president of the Third Republic. Signed the Treaty of General Relation. Based on this treaty, the United States withdrew and surrendered all rights of supervision, control, or sovereignty over the Philippines. And Philippines Trade Act, daghan siya napatupad na batas las. Philippines Trade Act, also known as the Bell Trade Act. Isa ni sa iyahang mga ambag sa Pilipinas provided for the continuation of free trade with the Philippines and the United States from 1946 to 1954. Again, Philippine Rehabilitation Act, also known as the Tidings Rehabilitation Act, resulted to the recreation or the creation of the Philippine War Damage Commission to take charge of war damage payment. Okay, another one here sa under kang Manuel Rojas kay party rights. Ang party rights, mo ni siya ang grant of U.S. citizen and corporation the same rights of Filipino and utilization and exploitation of Philippines' natural resources. Another one here is the military base agreement, which is gave us free use of 23 base sites for 99 years, shortened to 25 years in 1959, renewable in the expiration of the treaty. Okay, the next one is we have here the sixth president of the Philippines named Elpidio Quirino. The life of nga namuno siya sa Philippines is on 1948 to 1953. So pila ka years? 48, 49, 50, 51 to 53, 5 years. So nasa two principal objectives. Ang una is ang reconstruction, economic reconstruction. Kung may economic reconstruction is all about reconstructing the economics. Okay. Second is restoration of people's trust and confidence in the government. Okay. Created Elpidio Quirino, who created, siya ang nag-create created the President's Action Committee on Social Amelioration or PACSA and the Agriculture Credit Cooperatives Financing Administration ACCFA to help farmers in marketing their crops. Okay, ano siya ang krimen. It's already 3 a.m. class. Gaming sa yes. Okay, Ramon Magsaysay. Now, Ramon Magsaysay, namuno siya on he became the President of the Philippines on 1953 to 1957. And Ramon Magsaysay is the man of the masses. He promised to give common tao justice, established the NARA National Rehabilitation and Resettlement Administration, opened the gates of Malacanang Palace to the masses. Taro conditionally surrendered after 4 months of negotiation. So, si Ramon Magsaysay, kay namatay siya sa fatal airplane crash at Mount Manugal in Cebu on March 17, 1957. President referred to a golden years due to lack of corruption. Okay, another one is we have Carlos P. Garcia. Now, Carlos P. Garcia became a president since 1957 to 1961. Okay, he was among the founders of Asian Southeast. Carlos P. Garcia is a man of all masses. I know. He was among the Founders Association for Southeast Asia, precursor of the Asian. Now, si Carlos P. Garcia po also known as the Prince of Visayan Poets and Bard from Bohol. Famous of his Filipino First policy, the policy gave priority to Filipinos over foreigners in the acquisition of land and capital in the operation of business, trade, and industry. Austerity program, siya gyapon na involves temperate spending, less imports, and less extravagant consumption. Okay, let us proceed to Diosdado Macapagal. Diosdado Macapagal, he became a leader since 1961 to 1965. So, 4 years. Diosdado Macapagal, also known as the Poor Boy from Lubao, issued executive order shifting Philippines Independence Day. So, siya ang nagpatupad sa Independence Day from the traditional July 4 to July 12. Siya day ang nagpa-shift sa itawag na itong date sa Independence Day. Sa una July 4, karon June 12 na siya. Republic 3844 or the Agricultural Land Reform Code, siya gihapon ang naghimo ana nga law and was signed into a law. Under this law, a shared tenancy system in agricultural had to be replaced with agricultural leasehold system. It provided the purchase of private farmland and distribution of lots to landless tenants on easy terms. Si Diosdado Macapagal kay nag-establish pud siya og established Land Bank of the Philippines. Mao pud niya ang napatupad para to support the country agrarian reform program. Another one is formation of Mapilindo, a confederation of Malaysia, Philippines, and Indonesia on August 5, 1957. Move the Independence Day from July 4 to 12. Magibalik na nila kanina. Siya ang ano ang Diyos na makapagal ang nag-move sa Independence Day from July 4 to June 12. Place Philippine peso in the currency exchange market and sign minimum wage law. So siya pod ang president yung nag-sign og minimum wage law. Okay, another one is we have Ferdinand Marcos Sr. Now, si Ferdinand Marcos Sr. is the first and only president in the Fourth Philippine Republic. Okay, si Ferdinand Marcos promised to make this country great again. Ruled for 20 years. So siya ang pinakadugay nga nahimog president sa Philippines. Imagine 20 years. Only president to be re-elected for a second term. Alright, sabtan ninyo. Work for the changing of 1935 Constitution and result was the Constitution of 1973 providing for parliamentary government. Siya pod ang president na nag-declare og martial law in 1972 by virtue of Proclamation number 1081 because of the deteriorating peace and order in the country. Now, siya pod ang nag-abolish sa Congress upon the declaration of martial law. The later part of his regime was popularly known as dictatorship. So siya ang ginganlan nga popular siya sa pag ginatawag nato siya ginatawag nato siya as dictator. Now, Benigno Aquino was assassinated. Imagine, si Benigno Aquino was assassinated in 1983, which generated protest and demonstration that culmination in the EDSA Revolution where the people's power was manifested. So, kanimangod, ang istorya nila, if you don't know class, ang istorya nila is giakusahan nila or maybe na-found out man siguro nga si Benigno Aquino kay gi-assassinate niya. Si Ferdinand Marcos gi-assassinate niya si Benigno Aquino. Kaya mamay nakabutang diri sa research na to. So, it means it's true. That's why nagprotesta ang mga Filipinos, kita, itong mga ninuno, EDSA Revolution, where the people's power was manifested. This put an end of 20 years rule of Ferdinand Marcos. Corazon Aquino, widow of Benigno Aquino, assumed the presidency in February 25, 1986. So sa ato pa kay gi-assassinate man ni Ferdinand Marcos si Benigno Aquino, then namatay si Benigno Aquino, then automatically ang ni-assume sa presidente kay murag mudaogay man sila that time si Corazon Aquino, which is ang asawa ni Benigno Aquino on February 25, 1986. Alright, now let us proceed to the number 11. 11th President of the Philippines is Corazon C. Aquino. Corazon C. Aquino became a president during 1986 to 1992. Okay, Corazon C. Aquino is the first woman president of the Philippines. Tama ba? Yes. Corazon Aquino is the first woman president of the Philippines, restored democracy, Presidential Commission of Good Government (PCCG) was created to recover the ill-gotten wealth taken by corrupt government officials. Convened the Constitutional Commission that drafted the Philippines Constitution, which was ratified ratified by the people of February 2, 1987, signed by the Family Code of 1987 and 1191 Local Government Code. Okay, the next one is we have the 12 president. Now, ang ika-12 na president sa Philippines is Fidel V. Ramos. So, si Fidel V. Ramos nahimo siya o president since 1992 to 1997. And Fidel Ramos is known for his Philippines 2000, which is meant to make the Philippines an economically developed country, launch a social reform agenda to win the war against poverty. It means components were the following: expansion of job and skills training opportunities, improvement of public housing, more responsive delivery of basic education and primary health care, and establishment of mechanism for effective participation of the poor in social life. Okay, so Fidel Ramos pod kay Philippine Stock Exchange became an international favorite during his presidency. Ang Philippine Stock Exchange siya po dana nga nahimo siya paborito sa international during his presidency, and signed peace agreement with the rebel Moro National Liberation Front. Siya gyapon na. Alright. The 13th president is Joseph Estrada. Nahimo siya president from 1998 to 2001. Okay. Si Fidel Ramos, known for his Philippine 2000, si Joseph Estrada ay known for his Era para sa Mahirap program. Muna ang iyang motto, Era para sa Mahirap program, which focuses on alleviating the socio-economic conditions of the poor. His flagship is Jeepney Erap. He was impeached on November, but in January, People Power 2 took place when the senators voted not to open an envelope containing the evidences against him. Adoy was pro-poor, but was overthrown in an EDSA 2 People Power Revolution in 2001 due to plunder. Known for his Era para sa Mahirap program, which focus. Alright, now let us proceed to the 14th president, which is ano man yung mga presidente sa Pilipinas. Sila yung mga good. Ito po ni si Gloria Macapagal Arroyo is the second female president who oversaw road and infrastructure improvement with higher economic growth than presidents before her. In her term, peso became the best performing currency of the year in Asia in 2007, implemented a VAT law, flagship Strong Republic, muna siya ang flagship ni Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, Strong Republic, a controversial leader who resisted several military coups. She assumed that the presidency, no? He assumed that the presidency wait lang. She assumed the presidency after the resignation of Joseph Estrada in 2000 and maintained power for 10 years. Her flagship was Strong Republic, different corruption issues such as fertilizer scam, ZTE broadband deal, involvement in duetting by Congressman Arroyo, among others. So, naa sila yung mga bad record, actually. Kung dili kayo makasabot sa akong explanation class, pwede rin kayo niyo studihan kay ako may nagbungaan yung slide. Okay. The 15th president named Benigno Simon C. Aquino III. So, nahimo siya president since 2010 to 2016. Aquino, the 15th president of the Philippines is 2010. Aquino is a fourth-generation politician and is currently the chairman of Liberal Party. His political flagship is the Daang Matuwid. This is the curtail government corruption. One in the first ever automated election created the No Wang Wang Street Serene policy, initiated K-12 education. So, dali nag-start ang K-12, ang grade 11 o grade 12 kang Benigno Simon C. Aquino III. Now, let us proceed to the next one. The 16th president of the Philippines is Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Okay, Rodrigo Roa Duterte, also known as Digong, is a Filipino politician and jurist who is the 16th and current president of the Philippines and chairman of Association of the Southeast Asian Nation for 2017. He is the first Mindanaoan to hold the office in the 4th of Visayan Descent. At 71 years old, Duterte is the oldest person to assume the Philippine presidency. So siya di ang shall we say, pinakatiguang nga nahimong president sa Philippines, superseding Sergio Osmeña and Fidel Ramos respectively. Now, the 17th president, namali ko dere. The 17th president is the current president that we have right now. He is Bongbong Marcos Jr. Alright, so that's all for the presidency of the president of the Philippines. Moto siya ang 16 kabo. And if wala kayo ninyo na gets, free ra jud kaayo ninyo ni tanaw na akong slides since nag-effort ko edit sa slide. And i-base na mo ni nga slide sa among research. So, pwede rin kayo ninyo tanaw or studyhan. And maghatag man po mi og kaniyang maghatag mi og any files ani. So, no need to worry if di kayo mo makagets. Now, first in the Philippines. Okay, Let's now proceed to the first in the Philippines. So first, Filipino Christian. Kisa man. So the first Filipino Christians is si Raha Humabon o si Raha Kulambo. Muna sila ha, ang first Filipino Christians. Okay. Now, ang first Filipino priesthood is si Martin Lacandula was ordained as an Augustinian priest in first Filipino priest. So, mano yung Pilipino nga na pinakaunang Pilipino nga nahimong pare, si Martin Lacandula. Naordinahan siya as an Augustinian priest in 15 in 1590. Alright. Now, first president from Mindanao, kinsa? Si Rodrigo Duterte ang nahimong first president sa Mindanao. Now, first Battle of Mactan. Muna ang pinaka-first battle nga nahitabo sa Philippines, ang Battle of Mactan. And the first Spanish Governor General is Miguel Lopez Legazpi. Siya ang pinakaunang nahimong Spanish Governor General. Now, another one is the first Archbishop. The first Archbishop is Domingo Salazar. First revolt of Esteban Tais. Alright, first revolt is Esteban Tais. Magalas, there's image na. First man who used Filipino as title citizenship is okay. Ang pinakauna nga tao nga nahimo o ang pinakaunang tao sa ang pinakauna nga Filipino na as title of citizenship is Luis Rodriguez Valera. A first man who used Filipino as title of citizenship. First Republic, Malolos Republic. Natong First Republic, Malolos Republic. First President of Katipunan, si Diodato Arellano. Wala naman din mo kasunod. Okay. Si Diodato Arellano. First President of Katipunan, Diodato Arellano. First Army Chief, si General Artemio Ricarte. So, siya ang nahimong pinakauna nga Army Chief. First American Civil Governor, si William Howard Taft. Ang first Filipino Chief Justice, Cayetano Arellano. First Labor Union, Union Obrera de Democracia, founded by Isabelo de los Reyes. And the first Speaker of the Philippines Assembly is Sergio Osmeña. Again, Speaker of the Philippines Assembly, first Speaker of the Philippines Assembly is Sergio Osmeña. The first woman senator, Jeronima Pecson. First national artist, Fernando Marcelo. Alright, now let us proceed to the economics. Okay. Now, unsa man ang economics? What is economics? Economia is from the Greek word meaning management of the household, is a social science concerned with how individual and society choose to use its scarce resources to achieve maximum satisfaction of human material wants. Now, economics is the social science that studies the production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services, concerned with scarcity of or kakulangan. So, may tag scarcity, it's all about kakulangan. Okay, unsa ganito ang economics is from the Greek word economia o economia. Alright? Meaning niya management of household in social science. Right? Okay. There are two major divisions of economics. Ang pinakauna is we have microeconomics. So, pag may microeconomics, this is the branch of economics that examines the functioning of individual industries and the behavior of individual decision-making units. Napunta ginatawag na macroeconomics. Kung yung macroeconomics, the branch of economics that examines the economic behavior of aggregates, looks at the economic as a whole. Okay, ang keyword na diri pamaingon tang microeconomic, individual industries siya. While ang macroeconomics kay economy as a whole. Again, microeconomic, individual industries, and macroeconomic as a whole. Alright, now let us proceed to the three basic economic questions. So, the problem of scarcity, wait lang. The problem of, oh my god, naputol. The problem of economics, of scarcity forces each economic to address three basic economic. Okay, number one, what will be the question number one is what will be produced, or by whom will it be produced, or for whom will it be produced? Unsa man ang atong i-produce o para asa ang atong i-produce, by whom will it be produced, para asa siya i-produce, for whom will it be produced, o para kay kinsa siya i-produce. Alright. Okay, now, economic systems. So, when we say economic systems, natay mga parts of economic systems. First is we have capitalist systems or market economy. So, it means government has no control. Again, capitalist system, government, walay control, and command economic, planned economy, government has full control. So, the difference between these two capital system is ang capitalist system is no control and command economy full control. From the word command, something nagka-control siya. Okay, mixed economy. Government has partial control. Pamaingon tag mixed economy, government has partial control. Now, traditional economy, communal or old ways. Alright? Nasabdan ninyo, ang economic system natay upat ka buok. Capitalist system, no control. Command economic, full control. Mixed economic, partial control. And communal, traditional economic, communal or old ways. Budlot mo yung simul. I don't like my simul. Alright, now let us proceed to the factors of production or sell. Okay, natay duha ka factor. Duha ba ni ka factor? I know. Wait lang. Okay, natay upat ka factor of production. Sell. First one is the capital. So, ang capital nag-refers to nag-refer siya to the stocks of goods made by the people to help them in the production of goods and services. Now, entrepreneur, another one is entrepreneur. The entrepreneur is usually the organizer in a company. He is responsible for arranging how production should take. Okay, ang kapital na may tungod siya sa stock or goods nga gihimo sa mga tao para matabangan nila ang production pag-produce sa mga goods o sa mga services. The entrepreneur is usually the organizer. This is a human. Huh? This is a human. Usually the organizer of the company. He is responsible for arranging how production should take. Now, another one is we have the land. Land includes all resources found in the sea or on land. Okay. Labor can be defined as any kind of work, either mental or manual in nature, which has the sole purpose of receiving rewards. So, mo na siya mga labor. Yung tag-labor, mga trabahante na siya. No, mo na siya ang nagadawat og mga rewards. Since nagatrabaho sila, exchange ana. Itawag siya labor because exchange sa ilang service, there is a reward or bayad sa ilang. Ngayon tag-land, land includes all the resources found in the sea or in the land. Okay, now let us proceed to the trade-off and opportunity cost. Okay, kung may trade-off, it denotes the option that we give up to obtain what we want. Second best. So, mura kag ng kapital. Opportunity cost. It is the value of the second best alternative given up to make a choice. Alright, nasabdan ninyo ang trade-off kay nagapasabot siya nga ang option we give up to obtain what we want. So, natin kailangan nga ihatag or natin kailangan nga i-offer para ma-obtain nato kung unsa ang atong gusto. And ang opportunity cost, mo na siya ang value na second best alternative sa ato ang give up or gisugal kumbaga ba ana ba to make a choice para natay pagpilian. Opportunity cost, that's why ginatawag siya opportunity cost. Now, let us proceed to the competition. Mayroon itong competition natay tulo ka parts sa competition. Tama ba? I know. Yes. Sa competition natin tulo ka part. First one is the perfect competition. Second is the monopolistic competition. And the third one is oligopolistic competition. So, ang perfect competition kay mo na siya ang homogeneous products. Buyers and sellers are price takers. Ang monopolistic, mo ni sila ang one seller control the price. And oligopolistic competition, few letters, not aggressive competition. Okay? Nasabdan ninyo? Homogeneous products, buyers and sellers, price takers. So, sa perfect competition na, ang buyer o seller kay mga price takers sila. Ang monopolistic competition is one seller control price. Sila nag-control sa price. And oligopolistic competition, few sellers, not aggressive competition. Alright. Yan na kaya kong mata. Okay. Now, the marker system. So, natin tawag nga na marker system. Marker system, supply o law of supply. Now, kung yung supply, refers to a schedule of the different quantities of commodities which sellers are willing to sell at different alternative prices. Now, As a supply daw, nag-refer na siya sa schedule sa nagkalain-lain nga quantities, no? Nagkalain-lain nga um, what we call this quantities kadaghanon nga commodities kung asa ang seller kay willing siya nga mobaligya og nagkalain-lain nga presyo sa isa ka product. Now, law of supply. Kung mayroon tag law of supply, as the price of commodity is increased, kung ang price daw sa commodity nagataas, ang quantity pod sa product that sellers are willing to sell kay magkataas pod. Nagets niyo? Ha? Kung ang price sa law of supply kay kung ang price daw sa commodity kay nagataas, ang quantity po sa product sa sellers kay nagataas. All other things being constant. Another one is demand. So, when you talk demand, it refers to a schedule of the different quantities of commodities which an individual is willing and able to buy. Now, another one is law of demand. So, as the price of commodity increases, all factors being constant, the quantity demand for the commodity decreases. So, mayong tag-demand, nagapasabot niya sa schedule sa nagkalain-lain po gihapon nga quantity kadaganan sa commodities which is ang individual kay willing sila nga mopalit. Ang law of demand pod kay mo ni siya ang price sa commodity. Pag ang price sa commodity kay nagataas, ang factor pod nga being constant, ang quantity demanded for the commodity magbaba. So, dahil siya sa law of supply kay pag magkataas ang commodity, magkataas pod. Well, ang demand kung mag-increase siya, mobaba ang quantity or mag-decrease ang iyang commodity. Now, let us proceed to the classification of tax system. Okay, gamay na lang. Progressive income tax. So, mo ni siya ang the higher the income, the higher the tax rate. Kung taas ang inyong income, kasabot naman tag-tax, di ba? Tax, kailangan na to nga magbayad og tax sa itong sweldo, kailangan mag-tax. Everything, pagkakitaan labi ng mga dagko nga mga negosyo, dapat na na tax. Okay, progressive income tax, the higher the income, the higher the rate. Proportional tax, the tax rate is constant and unaffected by the level of income. Okay, regressive tax, the higher the income, the lower the tax. Alright. Sabdan ninyo ang kalainan sa tulo. Ang progressive income tax, kay pag dako daw ang imong income, dako po daw ang imong rate sa tax. Dako pa di mo bayaran nga tax. So, proportional tax, constant lang siya. Dili mapektuhan, dili mo taas, dili po mo buma. Constant lang. Mura na lang kay bayaran lang sa government na tax nga dili na kailangan nga magbalanse o motaas ya or mababa. Ang regressive tax kay the higher the income, so kung may regressive tax, kung taas ang income, baba ang tax nimo. Right? Okay, let us proceed to the types of taxes. Natin ginatawag nga nagkalain-lain types of taxes. The first one is we have the direct taxes. So direct taxes, it is the taxes levied by the government on the income and wealth received by household and businesses in order to raise government revenue and are used as an instrument of fiscal policy. Okay, example are personal income tax and corporate income tax. Alright? I hope na-gets niyo ang direct taxes, taxes levied by the government on the income and wealth received by the household and businesses in order to raise government. Okay, now let us proceed to the indirect taxes. Ang indirect taxes is taxes levied by the government on goods and services in order to raise government revenue and are used to as instruments of fiscal policy. These are not taxes on people, but on the goods and services that we purchase and consume. So, ang indirect tax mo ni siya ang mga taxes nga for example ni palitaan ni kani siya na ani siya tax. Yes, nga wala nito na malayan. Ang uban nagpalita pero wala ta kabala kung pila ang tax ani. So, as we buy everything atong mapalit na siya mga tax. Pero ang tax na gikuha lang siya sa goods or gikuha siya sa mga things or items nga atong gipalit. Included na siya sa price daan. Right? Muna siya ang ginatawag nga indirect. Ang direct kay muna siya ang kung pila yun ang atong income. Muna ang ginakuha sa government. Example is sales tax, import tax, VAT, or IVAT. Now, let us proceed to the land reform. Okay, land reform, a Philippine state policy that ensures and promotes welfare of landless farmers and farm workers, as well as elevation of social justice and equity among rural areas. CARP was established by the Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Law of 1980. Right? Alright. Land reform, Philippine state policy that ensures and promotes welfare and landless. Ang land reforms nag-aim for siya for a nation with equitable land ownership and empowered agrarian reform beneficiaries while at least improving social lives. Enacted by the 8th Congress of the Philippines and signed by Aquino on June 10, 1988. Okay, now let us proceed to the retention limits. Alright, 5 hectares for landowners. Okay, 3 hectares to be awarded to each child of the landowner subject to the following qualification. Now, may qualification for example, mga landowner dapat mahimo lang kag landowner kung naana ka sa 15 years old and above, actually tilling the soil or directly managing the farm. Okay, muna siya ang retention limits, mga landowners. Now let us proceed to the cooperatives. I think that this is the last one na topic na to today. Okay, cooperatives. When we say cooperatives, this is the duly registered association of persons with a common band of interest who have voluntarily joined together to achieve a lawful common social or economic end, making equitable to contribute to the capital required and accepting a fair share of the risk and benefits of the undertaking in accordance with universally accepted cooperative principle. So, ang cooperatives naman siya ang somehow nga mga nag-register nga association sa usa ka tawo nga na siya common band with interest. Right? Okay, another one is what are the kinds of cooperatives? Unsa man nagkalain-lain nga cooperatives? Basta ang cooperative mao ni siya ang mga co-op nga registered sa association of persons with common bound interest na sila kanang pagkakaparihang nga interest, or shall we say na sila kaparihang nga goal, na sila kaparihang nga motto, and na sila kaparihang nga vision when it comes to this. Naapod sila voluntarily join together to achieve local common social economic end. Now, let's proceed to the kinds of cooperatives. So, what are the kinds of cooperative? First is we have credit cooperatives. It promotes thrift and saving among its members and creates funds in order to grant loans for productivity. Now, consumer cooperatives. Okay, the primary purpose is to procure and distribute commodities to member and non-members. So, unsa may kalahian na nito ha? Ang credit cooperatives kay nagapromote siya og thrift and savings sa mga membro, og nagagamit siya og naga-create siya og fund para makagrant og loan for productivity. Daghan ang klase mga example ani, mga loan, mga lending shop or lending. Another one is consumer cooperative. Ang consumer cooperative muna sila ang primary purpose kay to procure and distribute commodities to member and non-member. Sa credit cooperative kay member lang siya. Sa consumer cooperative kay member and non-member. Okay, producers cooperative undertakes joint production, whether agricultural or industrial. Ang service cooperatives nag-engage siya in medical and dental care, hospitalization, transportation, insurance, housing, labor, electric, light, and power, communication, and other services. Saglit na kayo kung dilaok. Multi-purpose cooperatives. Okay, nag-combine siya og 2 or more of the businesses activities of these different types of cooperatives. Okay, ang sa ganito, ang mga cooperatives, first is credit cooperation. Nag-promote siya og savings sa mga member lang na nag-create siya og fund in order to grant loans. Sa number 2 is consumer cooperation. Ang primary purpose lang nila is para makadistribute sa commodities sa mga member o non-member. And ang producers cooperative kay nag-undertake siya sa production, whether ang agricultural or industrial. Ang service cooperative kay nag-engage siya sa mga medical, mga dental care, hospitalization, transportation, insurance, housing, labor, electric, light, and power, communication, and other services. Ang multi-purpose cooperative kay nag-combine siya o more of the business activities of these different types of cooperatives. Alright? Now, let us proceed to the last one. Okay, pinaka-last na gyud. Habit na tayo mag-isa ka oras. Na tayo ginatawag na mga bagong cooperatives. So, naani nga mga cooperatives and also napod tayo new cooperatives. First one is Cooperative Code of the Philippines, Republic Act 8938. Another one is Cooperative Development Authority, Republic Act 6939. Executive Order 95 and 96 issued by President Fidel V. Ramos in June 1993, providing for implementation guidelines for some of the provisions of the two laws cited. Alright, and so ito, new cooperative, Republic Act 1838, Cooperative Code of the Philippines, Republic 6939, Cooperatives Development Authority, Executive na Order 95 and 26, where gi-issue na siya ni President Fidel Ramos V. Jr. Fidel V. Ramos in June 1993, providing for implementation guidelines for some provision of the two laws cited. Alright, I think that's all for today class, and thank you for listening. I hope na namin na-learn, and somehow if dili pan kayo clear sa inyo ang akong discussion karon, you can study in your own. So mao pa naging answer nyo. Pag ganahan mo tan-aw, pwede na nyo tan-awon, pero since kung mas makasabot mo naka mo lang, so why not? Alright, so thank you so much for listening, class. And that's all for today. And goodbye. Thank you so much, everyone. Goodbye.